Hi everyone. I welcome all those who are listening to us. And today, I, Barkha Narang, I'm an assistant professor in JIMS Kalkaji, and I'm a BTech computer science engineer and MTech PhD in computer science. So today we have with us Madhur Prabhakar, and the topic for today is that we want to discuss what are the what are the skill sets that are missing in the candidates that are being recruited in the industry, in the corporates. So we just want to discuss on this. So I would like to introduce Madhur sir to all of you. Madhur has been working industries like banking, telecom, environment, chemicals, and IT. So he has worked on and conceptualized and developed multiple innovative products and services across various industries. He is also the best-selling fiction author of 90 Good Days, and he's a strategic leader with an extensive experience of working in multiple industries. So, Madhur, I would also like to know more about the 90 Good Days book of yours. But also, I would like to tell all our viewers that Madhur is now currently, he has come up with Merek Bistro, which is a restaurant which is unique in itself because it offers a soft play zone for kids, okay, and it also caters to the differently abled people who are visually impaired, okay, along with there's a wheelchair accessibility to the people who are physically disabled. So that is why this restaurant is very unique in itself, and he intends to expand it into a lot many two-tier cities. So, Madhur, starting with, I would like to know about your book on 90 God Days. Why is it God Days?
When I was young, I used to hear stories that one day in heaven is equal to about 100 odd days on earth. And since my book is a mythological satire, and it was humor and fantasy was the genre, so going with the story, it felt like an apt title, and it's comic and it's fun. Mm, you know, at the end of the day. Uh, the intent was that we should respect every religion, but we shouldn't take the religion too seriously. At the end of the day, mythology is a myth, as the word suggests. Mythology.
Okay, okay.
Uh,
Yeah, right.
uh, and talking about Mirak, Mirak is India's first accessible to all restaurant. Just I'm going to reiterate what Barkha just said. It's India's first accessible to all restaurant. It has books for all ages and all genres, including braille books for the visually impaired as well. Uh,
Okay.
a few elements of the overall infrastructure is it has tactiles for the visually impaired, 100% wheelchair accessibility, which makes it unique. And of course, we have a soft play zone for the younger ones as well.
Yeah.
The intent was when the kids. A lot of restaurants in India have books, but till they're just part of their furniture. Till the time the
Yeah.
books don't look glamorous to the kids,
Yeah.
they don't get attracted and fascinated, and they won't pick it up. Maybe they can't
Yeah.
even read, but of course, if
Right.
it looks glamorous to them, they will at least pick it up.
Yeah. Very true. Very true. Very true. Yeah.
And trust me, once you see the restaurant, it's perhaps one of the most beautiful restaurants you would have ever seen.
Oh, sure. I would like to visit it soon. Sure.
Sure,
So,
sure.
Madhur, since you have such an extensive experience in multiple industries. So, my question to you today is, or I would like to say that I want to discuss with you what are these skill sets? First of all, what are the skill sets that a recruiter is looking for in students or in youngsters, in a candidate who is who is being placed in any industry? So what are the main basic skill sets that a recruiter is looking for?
See, at the end of the day, it's such a dynamic market. Uh, everybody can have a degree or a diploma. One thing that differentiates between a lot of youngsters is soft skills. The soft skills are very, very important for any student, and and that's is something that sets them apart. Uh,
Okay.
Apart from that, at this in the day, degree is good. Degree is good. One needs to be educated, but
Yeah.
uh, the bookish knowledge doesn't help always. One has to be really practical and flexible about adopting themselves.
So you say that soft skills, being practical, being flexible are important.
Absolutely. When I remember when I got placed in ICICI Bank, and that too in rural micro banking group. So
Yeah.
at that, and in those days, I didn't even know R of rural. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been a
Yeah.
city boy. I've been brought up in the
Yeah.
I've studied in Delhi University. Coming from a defense family, we had never been exposed to rural India. But if I developed two products for rural India back then, and that's what I say. Flexibility is really important. You can't stay in a shell. And I see a lot of students talking about they want to get into branding without even
Right.
understanding the of branding. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it has to be a gradual project. Ambition is good, but
Yeah.
practicality is very important.
Practicality is very important. Okay. So you think that soft skills, practicality is very important and flexibility is very important. Okay. So after somebody is recruited, okay, somebody is already recruited in the corporate world, and because he has some degrees, he has some diplomas, so he has been recruited now. So after
Mhm.
being recruited, what are the factors, what are the challenges the person faces because he misses some of the skill sets? Or I would like to say, yeah, so what do you think, what are the skill sets missing in the candidates, that is why they face a lot of challenges at workplace?
See, I've seen a lot of kids actually wanting to get into marketing
Yeah.
without being creative in the first place. See, a profession might attract you, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
it might fascinate you, and you might think that it's a stepping stone towards bigger things in life. But if you don't choose it well, yeah, the kind of field that you want to get into, then
Yeah.
it could mess up few good years. Of course, you will develop the skills, over the period of time. But it could be a long walk rather than a short walk.
Okay.
So if you have chosen a skill, if you have chosen an industry already, then you need to really work hard. And actually, not work hard. You have to work smart, because working hard is a passe.
Yeah.
Even a donkey works hard,
Yeah.
but he
Right.
doesn't become a
Right.
horse.
Yeah, right. So, as per you, one, creativity is very important, and second, the most important thing is choosing the right career is very important, because if you have chosen the right career, then you have the right skill sets to pursue that career, and then you won't face any failures or face much of challenges. You will perform it better. You will be more passionate at your work, right?
If
So,
you're enjoying it, yes. If you're enjoying what you're doing, then you're going to
yeah,
have a success. But if it's just monotonous, that you are on a wagon wheel that everybody's doing an MBA, I'll do an MBA,
yeah.
and it's MBA is not a stepping stone. Everybody else is doing it.
Okay, everybody else is doing it. Okay, right, perfect, perfect, right, right. So, Madhur, do you think you have raised such a nice point, and pertaining to this, I would like to ask that does the present education system is capable enough to provide what the industry requires?
Absolutely not.
So, okay. So then do you think that the new education policy, as the new education policy is coming up with lot of emphasis on the skill, empowering people on the skills, right? So will that help us more? Will that help us, the industry, more in recruiting the right people with right skill set?
At the end of the day, I've always been of an opinion that developing skills is very important. Yes, but
Yeah.
do we have enough jobs to support those skills? When we talk about, it's good that kids are going to get creative. They would be exposed to a lot of skills. Once they develop those skills, where are you going to place them? You haven't created enough jobs. Yeah. So only if you're exceptionally good in that skill,
Right.
you're going to find uh, something to do in life. Otherwise, I am not very positive about. There is a difference between planning and execution. Something that looks good on paper doesn't mean that would be executed well, and it's a long way ahead. Once we see the result of the proposed education policy, it's too soon to comment on that.
Okay, okay. But I really pray that the parents really force the institutes, the schools to come up with this new education policy as early as possible. So that is what I really pray, so that we have more of skills. And okay, so Madhur, you have emphasized that the skill sets are you have emphasized on entrepreneurship, that means the jobs are not there, okay, even if we have the right skills, but the jobs are missing, right? So who will create those jobs? You yourself are an entrepreneur, so I think that means the need of the hour is entrepreneurship.
So, no, Barkha, I might sound a little political,
Yeah.
but uh, at the end of the day, it's a job of the country. And when I say country, it means the respective governments who have to build an infrastructure for the entrepreneurship. Uh, you know, every the kind of things you see that we have been rated so and so uh, with the ratings to start the business or whatever they call it now. There's a time you don't have support, it doesn't really matter. The governments have to take an onus. They have to take the responsibility. They have to take an
Right.
accountability before entrepreneurship could actually become a thing to be considered by the young blood. You don't have an infrastructure. You don't. Kids don't even know. The startup culture is
Hmm.
good. It's good.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But when at the end of the day, I prefer students to actually start working in the industry and gain some experience before getting into entrepreneurial bandwagon.
Okay, fine, fine. Okay. So, do you think that there's also the need of such institutions or such program modules, okay, which will help the youngsters, the youth today to have such skill sets of being creative, of being more flexible, of being more practical? Who can train them on this? Is there a need of some institutions to come up with such skill sets to be trained to the youth?
At the end of the day, I feel yes, they can guide the students, but
Yeah,
training is a very subjective thing to do. Because being a guest faculty, at a lot of management institutes, I've seen that you being. I really admire that about you, that you are an engineer, and right now
yeah,
you're teaching management students. So
yeah,
if I'm not wrong, you come from a background that you have worked as a computer engineer as well. So you have already seen the corporate world.
yeah.
In India, what I often see is academics is solely focused on studies. Yeah, a lot
Right,
of the
right.
professors, a lot of the PhDs, they
Yeah,
are so much involved with the theories and they consider it to be a gospel. It is not. I would prefer the professors who are planning to train these students
right.
have actually done what they're trying to train.
Yeah,
Have
right.
have they have already been exposed. They should set an example. You can't have PhDs and you know post PhDs to teach the students. And if you don't have an experience, again, I'll reiterate my first point:
Yeah,
practicality.
yeah.
You cannot actually train
Teach.
these guys.
Perfect. I completely agree to you, Mother, that people who come from corporates who have experience of the industry are better suited to train the students in any management college, okay, or be it an engineering college. So I would like to say, restated, that any educational institutes should have teachers who have worked in industry, because once you have worked on the practicality, then only you can teach the students more, teach them more professionalism, okay, rather than only the theoretical concepts, right? So this is what you would like to say, lay emphasis.
Absolutely. Absolutely, and then that's going to be start. I'm sure, that's how the industry is going to be. Once you have experienced people getting into the industry, then we'll create a chain as well. The next time, we will see a lot of good management institutions coming up, and perhaps the quality of the students might also improve, because at the end of the day, the students want to know what their professors have experienced, not
Right,
what their professors have actually been taught.
right, right. So, do you think, Madhur, that even the teachers need to be trained?
Absolutely. I think they need to be more exposed to cases. They need to get involved more with the industry. They need to
Yeah,
be involved more on consulting roles. They should go out and seek assignments in the industry. Uh, Generally, we focus students on the summer trainings and all. It should become a policy for the college, for the
professors.
management management institute to expose their staff to the corporate world, and
Right,
only seminars and conferences are not exposing. It's
right.
important they should send 6 months, perhaps what do you call internship or a consulting
Yeah,
assignment
right,
with,
right. An internship.
with an internship with the KPMG's, Deloitte's, McKinsey's of the world,
Right, right.
would do them uh, uh, will be exceptional for them.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Madhur. Thanks a lot. It was really nice interacting with you and learning from you the skill sets required by the youth, by the industry, where you have laid emphasis on practicality, being more flexible and more creative, and also you have emphasized on how jobs, more and more jobs need to be created, right? And only the degrees and the diplomas do not serve the purpose. And the other point I have really liked is that teachers also need to be trained, which is very important now. Okay, so and current education system needs to work on all this. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you, Barka. It was a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you so much for
Thanks.
inviting me in.
Thanks.
Thank you. Cheers. All right.